Fasciale to serve as the 42nd justice in the 75-year history of the New Jersey Supreme Court. I think that deserves a round of applause. His ascension to our state's highest court will send a strong message to all New Jerseyans, and I hope to leaders throughout our nation, of the importance of judicial independence and impartiality, and of the critical need for restoring balance over partisanship in our courts. I say this because we are seeing across the nation too many of our core democratic institutions losing credibility, and none has done more so more tragically than the United States Supreme Court. We have seen an unprecedented politicization of the Supreme Court in recent years. The confirmation process has become a spectacle, serving as a forum for ugly partisanship instead of reasoned debate. Many Americans, I might add, across the political spectrum, now feel that the most consequential issues in our public life are resolved in favor of whichever party happens to control a majority of seats on the court. Over just the past few months, we saw decades-old precedents wiped away because a single member of the Supreme Court passed away in the final months of the former president's term. When Americans see something like that, as random as that can be, it can have a major impact on our constitutional rights. They rightly sense that something is amiss. Well, here in New Jersey, I'm happy to say, we do things differently. We have a state Supreme Court that has maintained its reputation and respect even as the U.S. Supreme Court's standing has fallen in the eyes of so many. And that is because here, jurisprudence doesn't swing wildly from year to year. Justices don't insult each other in their opinions or swipe at each other in public. They may disagree, and disagree passionately, but they do so civilly and with respect for each other, the institution they serve, and for the people who look to them for balanced and reasoned decisions. Since the New Jersey Constitution was approved by the men and women chosen to draft it on September 10th, 1947, by the way, 75 years ago, this past weekend, the institution of the New Jersey Supreme Court has been protected from the excesses of politics really in two ways. First, there has been a tradition that justices, regardless of ideology, would be reappointed by the governor as long as they had conducted themselves honorably. This ensures that they have the ability to issue rulings without fear of upsetting a governor who may hold their fate. This tradition was abandoned in the prior administration when Justice John Wallace was not reappointed. I was proud to restore it in my first year by reappointing Justice Ann Patterson, who, even though I may not always agree with her philosophy, is unquestionably qualified and an outstanding justice. And I was equally proud to reappoint Justices Faustino, known to all as Fuzzy, Fernandez-Vina, and Lee Solomon, who, despite being from a different party than I, have served the court honorably. And then second, there's another reason. There has been a tradition that no more than 4 members of the court may belong to one political party. This prevents the court from lurching too far in one direction or the other. It forces governors to select nominees from among the best lawyers and judges in the state, regardless of party. To his credit, Senate President at the time, Steve Sweeney, fought to uphold this tradition against enormous pressure by those who sought to undermine it. And I know, and he's with us today, that Senate President Nick Scuteri shares this respect for partisan balance, and I credit him as well for putting the institution of the court above politics. Thank you, Nick, for your leadership always. We'll hear from him in a minute. And for the past year and a half, I have heard from Senator Holly Schepisi how important the tradition is to her as well, both as a senator and as a lawyer, as well as a member of the New Jersey Bar. And that's an opinion, by the way, shared by the overwhelming majority of senators on both parties. So today I am proud to uphold the second tradition as well, and nominate Judge Douglas Fasciale to the New Jersey Supreme Court. Since the beginning of this month, he has been temporarily filling one of the vacancies on the court at the assignment of Chief Justice Stu Rabner. If confirmed, he will permanently fill the seat. Doug has served with distinction on our second highest court, the Appellate Division, since 2010, having written, I can't say I counted them all, Doug, but I believe 52 published opinions. And from 2004 to 2010, as Nick knows well, he served as a Superior Court judge in Union County, in the civil, criminal, and family parts, as well as in drug court. His service as a judge spans nearly every part of the New Jersey judiciary, preparing him well to serve in our state's highest court. He earned both his undergraduate and Juris Doctorate degrees from Seton Hall University, go Pirates. Prior to becoming a judge, he worked in private practice as a civil litigator for nearly 2 decades. And I must take a moment to acknowledge, because they're with us today, Doug's family who join us. His wife, Teresa, an accomplished attorney at Riker Danzig. Great to have you with us. And their sons, Michael and Stephen. Michael just graduated from Seton Hall Law School and is clerking. And Stephen is it second year? Second year, Stephen, right? I can only imagine how proud both of your parents must be to watch you all start your own legal careers. Doug may be a registered Republican, but he commands universal respect across the legal community and across the aisle. He also has my tremendous respect, and I have to say he's a great guy. And he was unanimously recommended by my judicial advisory panel, by the way, whose membership includes 2 former Chief Justices, 1 from each party. I will formally send his nomination to the New Jersey State Bar Association, their Judicial and Prosecutorial Appointments Committee, and then on to the Senate. I am proud to nominate Judge Fasciale. I eagerly await the day when both he and Rachel Weiner-Apter are confirmed by the Senate and take their seats. I want to close before asking the Senate President to come up and say a few words by, first of all, thanking 2 guys, one who's not here and one who is. Chief Counsel Paramel Garg, who did tremendous work, and Chief of Staff George Helmy, who's not with us. And I also want to close by again referencing the tremendous reputation that the New Jersey Supreme Court enjoys. I'm going to quote from the New York Times from 1999, but every word here is still true today. What a quote. The beginning of this quote, you'll forgive me, is kind of damning New Jersey with faint praise, but it's still nonetheless powerful. Whatever the rest of the country says about New Jersey, but it accepts that the state has the legal equivalent of the New York Yankees. It has the New Jersey Supreme Court. The words that consistently come up are preeminent, path-breaking, even brilliant. For years, law professors have told their classes to pay attention to this court's decisions. I will tell you, those words from 23 years ago are every bit as true today. And when Associate Justices Fasciale and Weiner-Apter join the court, I know this statement will continue to ring true for many years to come. Again, we have big days a lot in New Jersey, but this is a really big day. With that, please help me welcome a great leader and a guy who knows a thing or two about judicial nominations, the Senate President Nick Scuteri. Nick?
Thank you, Governor, and I'll get my prepared book of speech out now, but I don't have anything prepared because I don't think I need to have anything today. First of all, I want to thank the Governor for a wonderful job, difficult time period with the Supreme Court of the state of New Jersey, but the Governor's absolutely right. We do things right here in New Jersey, and that's why we have such a great Supreme Court, and the Governor didn't let us down here again. He's nominated an outstanding jurist to maintain bipartisan balance on the court. We've got lots of great lawyers. We've got lots of great judges. None better than Judge Doug Fasciale. I've known Doug for over 2 decades. Since he first got on the Superior Court in New Jersey, I had an opportunity to vet him back then and sign off on his nomination when I was first a young young senator here and watched his career really blossom over time as he moved from division to division and headed the civil division, where I appeared in front of him on several occasions. I had the opportunity, I think I'm the only one probably in this room that served or appeared in front of the judge. But he's got an amazing reputation for every facet that we want to see in a judge and now a justice. Scholarship, demeanor, hard work, a tremendous reputation amongst the bar. He's got all the great characteristics that we want to see. And as the governor said before, courts are under tremendous pressure. Luckily here in New Jersey, we do things right. We have the advise and consent role of the Senate, the nomination process through the governor. In many other states, Supreme Court justices need to run for office. And I think that that's a direct correlation as to why our court is so good and so well regarded, because of the way in which we do things. And it's unusual for a Senate president to be at an announcement for an associate justice, but because of the working relationship that I enjoy with the governor and the governor's office, I'm here to praise his nomination and to tell you that he's got my 100% support moving through this process because of the cooperation that we've had through this process. And I think that's going to be good for things moving forward in the days to come with the rest of our judicial nomination process. But today's just a wonderful day. You picked the greatest guy you possibly could have, regardless of party affiliation. But I think it's important to continue to maintain that, although that's not written anywhere. There's nothing that says that the governor and the Senate could not get together and put any or no party-affiliated people on there. But this has been a long-standing tradition since the 75-year-old Constitution was rewritten here, and it's boded very well for the people of New Jersey, making sure that bipartisanship has been recognized, working together, because once people become judges, they check that registration at the door, and they do the job that they need to do. Thank goodness we have that here in New Jersey, and hopefully in other parts of the country. But really, I want to say congratulations to you, Governor. You did a wonderful job today. I'm very, very happy to work with you in this and every other endeavor. And to Doug and his wonderful family, his wife, his sons, congratulations. I know that this is a team effort. I like to say, you know, a lot of times I say, oh yeah, I know I can get something done. I didn't promise Doug that we could get anything done here, but I knew that I had a great work product with Judge Fasciale to recommend to the governor because he's so well qualified and well known. I mean, you're getting a well-known entity here with so many opinions written, so many years on the bench, and not to mention a certified civil trial attorney before he became a judge. Somebody that knows what it's like to be in the trenches as a lawyer, to represent clients, to represent people, which is something that needs to be included in discussions at the Supreme Court level. So Judge Fasciale brings it all. And to that, congratulations. I'm looking forward to your confirmation process. And again, to you, Governor, congratulations for a great job. Thank you.
Nick, thank you. Really well done. And again, Nick knows what he's talking about. He's not only a lawyer himself. First of all, he's the Senate president. He's a lawyer. But importantly, he's the former chair of the Judiciary Committee, and so has seen a whole lot of nominations come through the years. You've heard enough from us. It is my honor to introduce my nominee for the New Jersey Supreme Court. Please help me welcome Judge Doug Fasciale.
Governor Murphy, thank you for that heartfelt and wonderful introduction and for the extraordinary honor of nominating me to be an Associate Justice of the New Jersey Supreme Court. I'm grateful for the confidence that you've shown in me. As a sitting judge for 18 years, I am fully aware of the enormous responsibility on the shoulders of our Chief Justice and the other justices of our Supreme Court. A court with, as you said, a national reputation for outstanding judicial distinction. Your trust inspires in me the desire to be the best that I can possibly be, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I also extend my thanks to the governor's staff, particularly Chief Counsel, who I've gotten to know during this entire process. Chief Counsel, like the governor, cares deeply about our judiciary and, most importantly, the independent role that our judiciary plays in our tripartite system of governance. Chief Counsel, it's been my honor to know you, to work with you, and I thank you. Former Chief Justice Fasciale and members of the Governor's Judicial Advisory Panel, thank you for your support on this nomination. I have tremendous respect and admiration for each of you. You have served with distinction. Your example is exemplary. I look forward to meeting the members of the New Jersey State Prosecutorial and Appointments Committee, to meeting with Senate President Scuteri, Senate Judiciary Chairman Stack, and other members of the Senate as the Senate undertakes its most important constitutional role of providing its advice and consent on this nomination. And I am particularly gratified that Senate President Scuteri is here today. Thank you, sir. Now, I wish my parents were alive to witness this moment. I can only imagine their reaction to the governor's selection of me for the Supreme Court. I suspect it would be unimaginable for them. They taught me the values of discipline, hard work, persistence, just to name a few, and I believe my achievements flowed from the values that they impressed on me. I'm lucky to have had them. I am their legacy. I am the product of their humble roots. And as to their humble roots, just very briefly, my father was born in 1921. He was born in a very small village in the mountain range of Daspromonte, Reggio de Calabria, Italy. At 7, he and his mother crossed the Atlantic Ocean with absolutely nothing. They joined his father, who several years earlier arrived at Ellis Island to start his career as a carpenter. They searched for a better life here in America. They wanted to live the American dream, and they did. After enlisting in the Navy during World War II, he served his country on the USS Texas battleship for several years. He played music professionally. He obtained 2 degrees, a college degree and a master's degree. Then he became an educator. The name of his band in the 40s and 50s is the Esquires. And I think that's ironic given the fact that I became a lawyer. And a good friend of mine recently told me that, who knows, maybe the arc of my career was predestined. And my mother, who lived into her 90s, worked at home and then became a seamstress in a department store called Bamberger's, the predecessor to Macy's. My 2 sisters, Ivana Denise, and I fulfilled their dreams. And our parents helped us open opportunities for our families. Teresa, who I've been married to for 31 years, and who, as the governor said, has a thriving practice at Riker Danzig, and I have 2 amazing sons, both of whom chose the legal profession as their careers. And as the governor pointed out, Michael just graduated from Seton Hall Law School. Stephen is in his 2nd year at Seton Hall, where I went. They too embody the American dream, and Teresa and I are so proud of them. I wanted to be a lawyer since I was a very young individual. I studied pre-law in college, not because I wanted to learn dates and the history of when things happened, but I wanted to extrapolate the important lessons that we can learn from that history and apply those lessons to the legal profession. And my thirst for legal knowledge continues as I currently pursue a master's degree, judicial studies at Duke Law School, which is a rigorous 3-year prestigious advanced degree only for state and federal judges in our nation and international judges. It's the only such LLM program in the nation. As someone who spent 17 years as a litigator and trial attorney in New Jersey courts, and then 18 years as a judge at different levels in our judiciary, I've devoted my entire career to the legal system of our state. I am so grateful to have the opportunity to continue this service by sitting on our state's highest court. And I thank you, Governor, from the bottom of my heart for this incredible honor. Thank you.
So powerful, Doug. Thank you so much. And I will just tell you, if anybody doubts that the American dream is alive and well, check out the Fasciale family, because they're living proof of it. As they say in Hollywood, it's a wrap. Congratulations. Lots of work ahead. When Doug and I said two things about our meeting for the first time. He had me at hello, number one. And number two, as we stood up to break and he was leaving, I said this might be one of, if not the last private conversation we ever have. But that's the way it should be, and that's the way it has to be. Congratulations to you and your extraordinary family. Nick, thank you for being here, for your leadership. Take care, everybody. Why don't we do one, the three of us, and then